Hello and welcome to the 11th edition of SplashCast, the weekly podcast for water and wastewater professionals. I'm April Weatherley, and here's your update for week commencing the 3rd of November 2025. Environmental charity River Action took Ofwat to the High Court this week, arguing that the economic water regulator acted unlawfully because its approach has potentially allowed water companies to charge bill payers twice for the same infrastructure improvements. Ofwat's own policy is that customers should not pay twice for enhancement schemes. River Action claims that Ofwat acted unlawfully when it implemented its policy because its approach has allowed costs to be passed to customers without ensuring the funds actually deliver promised improvements rather than merely correcting historic underinvestment. In effect, the charity argues that Ofwat's approach has likely allowed for paying twice. Irish Water appeared before the Public Accounts Committee this week to discuss its 2024 financial statements and performance. During the meeting, committee members questioned senior executives about rising staff costs and performance-related pay. In 2024, the water company received more than €1 billion in recurrent government subvention income. But during the meeting, Irish Water confirmed that €13.1 million was paid in bonuses in 2024, an increase of 24% on the previous year. More than 400 staff earned over €100,000 annually, with an average salary of about €79,000. Natural Resources Wales has welcomed Neil Sachdev, who officially begins his role as chair of the board this week, following his appointment by the Welsh Government earlier this year. He succeeds Sir David Henshaw, who stepped down last month after completing 2 terms of service. Another key appointment announced this week is that of Ross Haggart, who has been appointed as Chief Operating Officer for Regulation, Business and Environment by the Scottish Environment Protection Agency. This week, SEPA also delivered the biggest advancement in environmental legislation since its inception. The amendments to Scotland's Environmental Authorisations regulations are designed to streamline the regulatory landscape, replacing 8 pieces of existing environmental legislation on waste management, water and industrial activities. Northern Ireland's Department of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs Minister, Andrew Muir, has announced the 2025 bathing water classification results. Following the expansion of the programme in May, with the incorporation of 7 new sites, there are now a total of 33 identified bathing water sites in Northern Ireland. The classifications at these sites are based on the bacteriological standards. The results report that 24 met the excellent standards, a further 5 met the good standards, 3 are sufficient, and only 1 bathing water site failed to meet the minimum standard. It was a busy week for Mr. Muir, as he also sought agreement for the establishment of an independent environmental protection agency in Northern Ireland, following publication of an expert independent panel report. And finally, Ofwat says its new bonus rule has blocked £4 million in its first year of operation. Ofwat published the figure in its latest performance-related executive pay report on Wednesday, which details how the new rule on performance-related executive pay has worked since it was introduced in June this year. 6 water companies triggered the bonus ban rule for a variety of performance failures, mostly involving Category 1 pollution incidents, and all companies correctly complied with the rule by not giving their directors an annual bonus and other relevant performance-related pay. The companies in question are Anglian Water, Southern Water, Thames Water, United Utilities, Wessex Water and Yorkshire Water. That's it from me. Join me next Friday for another episode of SplashCast and subscribe to Water Magazine on YouTube for notifications when we go live.